We're live. Hey, friends. Hello, can you hear me? All right. We're going live. We're going live on YouTube. Hopefully some people are joining us right now. Hi. I'm about to be back in my seat. I just have to set up my other little camera. Make sure I'm guys, this is my first time doing YouTube live. I just spent 10 minutes cursing at my devices because I didn't realize that I couldn't go live from frickin' Safari. You have to have Google Chrome. So I had to download Google Chrome, and now that's where we are. That's where we are, and it's fine. It's just fantastic. All right, so hello, everyone, and welcome to the Park Hopper Daily weekly newscast. I had to teach tonight, so I apologize because my hair is only 95% dry, but I am 100% ready. To start off today's episode, I want to give major shout outs and props to the Big Cheese Tees. That's the shirt I'm wearing right now. It says the Jungle Booze Cruise. You got to check out the back. Wait, hold on. How can I do this? Maybe I'll take a picture. Is this awkward? Joe, I'm being awkward. Oh, God. Okay, well, anyway, it's really cute in the back. And you should check out Big Cheese Tees. Guys, I like this setup. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm not wearing a jacket today. And it's definitely not because I forgot it. It's because I wanted you to be able to see my super cool t-shirt. Oh, God. Okay, if my mom's watching, I'm sorry I'm touching my hair. She hates it when I touch my hair. Sometimes that's what happens. All right, my friends, we're going to get started today. Disneyland is reopening. Repeat, Disneyland is reopening. And really, is there any other news that matters this week? I'm Anita Boyer for your Park Hopper Daily weekly newscast. No, just kidding. There is actually other news. But yeah, I am Anita Boyer, and thank you so much for tuning in to the latest weekly newscast from Park Hopper Daily. We are live for our very first time on March 18th, 2019. Oh my gosh. My brain just literally deleted 21 years because the last month has felt like about 20 years. 2021. I think this is our 10th. I have a hair stuck to my lipstick. I think this is our 10th newscast. This is our 10th week in a row doing the weekly newscast. And I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. If you're on the live, feel free to type out some comments. Let me know that you're here. Ask me some questions because at the end of the newscast, I'm going to pop on over and I'm going to answer some of your questions. But now let's dig right into the news. Obviously, the biggest Disney news this week was the announcement that the OG park, Disneyland in Anaheim, California, will reopen to the public on April 30th after being closed for over a year as a result of the COVID-19 virus pandemic. This is a really big deal. And when Disneyland reopens, it will look a lot different. First off, the company canceled its annual pass holder program, so all guests will require a day of park ticket. And similar to Walt Disney World in Florida, there will be a reservation system in place for both Disney California Adventure and Disneyland. You know what? I just had a thought. If anyone's watching right now, will you just make sure that you can actually hear me? Because I have a microphone plugged in and I don't know if it's working. So just, I'm assuming that if it wasn't working, that Danny and Robbie would have yelled at me, and Jamie too. Hi, you guys can hear me? Hi, Jamie. I can't believe you're in Epcot right now, but it's okay. I live in Epcot. I have Spaceship Earth right here in my living room. But anyway, you guys can hear me, right? Yay! Thank you so much. Thanks so much for tuning in. You're so wonderful. All right, back to the news. Where was I? Oh my God. Similar to Walt Disney World in Florida, there will be a reservation system in place for both Disney California Adventure and Disneyland. Details on that new system are expected to be announced soon. Max Pass and Fast Pass will also not be available when the parks reopen. I wonder about park hopping. I'm guessing that they're not going to have park hopping either. Who knows? Let's keep reading because I haven't read this yet. The parks will also be at limited capacity, according to a post on Disney Parks blog, and open at first only to California residents for now. Based on California state guidelines, capacity in the parks will be limited to between 15 and 35%, depending on what tier of COVID-19 recovery Orange County is in. There are some exciting things to look forward to. The reimagined Snow White's Magical Adventure, which is basically the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, but just like flat. I'm actually really upset about this, and I try not to complain about things that Disney changes. And of course I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge it, but like there are so few original, like, well, actually like did this kind of things. And it just change anything you want at Disney World. Honestly, like Disney World, change it, update it, spruce it, whatever. Disneyland, it just, okay, anyway. The reimagined Snow White's Magical Adventure, should be Snow White's Scary Adventure, will open to guests for the first time on April 30th. And while park leadership has not been specific, quote, new magic, unquote, is also coming to the Haunted Mansion, which was in the middle of a refurbishment when the parks closed in March 2020. The highly anticipated Avengers Campus will not be open to guests on April 30th, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure that it's done and ready to open. But according to company leadership, a later date will be given for that new section of Disney California Adventure dedicated to all things Marvel. Well, I gotta say, I think that's marvelous. I just realized I never hit record to record this as a podcast. Hold on one second, everyone. Are you guys excited about changes to our Haunted Mansion? Have you guys seen this mug? It glows. I know it's hard to see with all the lights on, but it's a glowy mug. All right, we're just gonna hit new. I'm so sorry that I'm doing this mid-broadcast. You guys will forgive me, right? All right, create. Maybe I need to stop taking a shower when I get home. There we go. All right. We're recording for the podcast. I'll just have to do the beginning later. It's all good. All right, friends. For guests hoping to stay on site at Disneyland, Disney's Grand Californian will be open on April 29th, although both the Disneyland Hotel, our personal favorite, and Paradise Pier will remain closed for the time being. I'm going to have to editorialize there. Disneyland Hotel is Catherine's favorite, and I think that it is wonderful, but my favorite is the Grand Californian. I've stayed there before. Their spa is off the chain. It is so much fun. I spent a week there a while ago, and I spent more time in the spa and the sauna than anywhere else, and it's so much fun because you get direct access to Disney's California Adventure. Anyway, so a lot to look forward to in California, where the sold-out Touch of Disney is being held starting today. We have friends headed to California for this special event. Shout outs to Perfecting the Magic. Love you, girl. So stay tuned to parkhopperdaily.com for updates on what that experience is like. The Orlando Sentinel reported on a disturbing story earlier this week, expanding on a previous piece that detailed the harassment cast members are facing from some guests in the park, with guests refusing to wear masks or undergo the required temperature screenings to enter the parks. What the is wrong with you people? Like, seriously? But we're living in the middle of a global Pamela Anderson, and you guys seriously, like, can't just wear a mask? Like, just wear a mask. Or don't go to Disney World. It's literally the simplest thing. I'm a member of the secret Disney group, which, kick me out, whatever. They will go to such great lengths to protect idiots posting photos of themselves with their mask down around their chin, and everyone's like, oh, get over it, there's no one around them. I'm sorry, is that what the sign says? Is that what the sign says? Is that what the announcement says? Please, masks are 100% mandatory. Unless you're like just really cute and you just want to like take a photo and there's like no one around you, then it's totally fine. That's not the rule. Just follow the rules. throw your garbage on the floor 3 feet away from a garbage can, aren't you? Yeah, you're garbage humans. Anyway, this week, the Sentinel reports a 51-year-old Palm Beach man has been accused of spitting on a security guard at the Contemporary Resort. Kelly McKinn has been charged with battery of a security guard, according to the Sentinel, although he has denied the charges, according to the arrest report. Kelly McKinn. I wonder if he's on social media. Let's find him. And now for an editorial note. Whether or not this case is true is something that will be determined in court. However, the reports of cast member harassment in general have been fairly regular since the park reopened last summer. And there is no case where this is okay. Oh, this is where Catherine says what I just said, but in a much more professional and eloquent way. Okay, to be very clear, Walt Disney World is private property. And as such, they have every right to demand rules like mask wearing, social distancing, and temperature screenings in an effort to protect their employees and their guests. If you do not feel you should have to wear a mask, idiot, or follow these basic protocols, then don't go to the parks or resorts. And as a side note, cast members have been under a tremendous amount of pressure this year. Not everything during your Disney vacation is going to go smoothly, but you do not need to take it out on them. In fact, if you are planning on a vacation or visit to the parks in Florida, why not show some gratitude? Say thank you here and there. We have all been through a lot this last year, and some basic human decency and kindness goes an extremely long way. In other less heavy news, as spring break crowds have descended on Florida parks, so have many design teams, adding 50th anniversary celebration decor to Cinderella Castle and Magic Kingdom. Oh, another thing for everyone on the Disney social media sphere to complain about. Lovely! Including decorative bunting. Oh, that's a fun word. Bunting. Do you guys know what bunting is? It's like when they take the material and it like, along the... I think that's the technical term for it. In a rose gold and royal and iridescent blue tones. We have seen the entry sign to Walt Disney World refurbished in the same color scheme as well. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long night. I'm a little dehydrated. The entrance to Magic Kingdom has also been refurbished to match this color scheme. And the Ticket and Transportation Center is also being done to match the 50th anniversary celebration, which begins October 1st. The company has also begun testing the 4 arms of the Harmonious Centerpiece barge at Epcot in advance of that show's opening, which most people are guessing will coincide with the 50th anniversary. I know, pigs! It's so exciting! It's so exciting! Guinea pigs are going nuts. They are really excited about the anniversary. And also Joe's crunching a bag, which they really can't handle. Joe, give them a snack. Give them a snack. Lastly, where would we be without sporks? When Galaxy's Edge opened to guests in Florida and California last year, the spork at Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo was so popular that guests started stealing them. Starting this week, you don't have to be a smuggler. Oh, that's cute. I love that. To get your hands on one of these fun utensils. They are available for sale and come with their own travel pouch. They are limiting sales to 1 spork per person to cut down on the inevitable hoarding and eBay sales that comes with an announcement like this. I'm so torn about that because part of me is like, if you can't get down to the parks, it's nice to be able to go on and find some of this. I wish there was like a Shop Disney way, or like get some of that fun merch out to the outlets. Oh, speaking of I'm totally going off book here. I'm so sorry, but I just have to give some major shout outs to the Riverhead Tanger Outlet Disney store. Everyone who works there is 100% my hero. Joe and I would not have gone through the pandemic without you and the magic that you brought to your store and to us every time we came in, to the point where you started to recognize us, and to brighten your day, we started to Disney bound and really make sure that we were wearing matching outfits and all of our Disney gear. I even wear my fanny pack when I go. I wear my fanny pack a lot of places, but you guys mean the world to us, and we're so devastated that you are one of the Disney stores that are going to be closing on or before, I think on March 23rd. We're coming back to see you again. Call me if you're closing before, and because I don't want to miss you. 631-507-4603. I know I just said my cell phone on YouTube, but I don't really care. No one calls me. So, but if you're closing earlier, please call me because I love you guys so much. Creepy people, please don't call me. You guys, it's fine. Whatever. Okay. Okay, before we wrap things up, I gotta check to see if anybody has any questions. Oh my goodness. Hi, there's so many comments. I love it. Hi, I know Danny's here. I know Robbie's here. I know Jamie's here. Epcot is the best. Does anybody have any questions? Do you guys have any? This kind of been sitting awkwardly. Sorry, I haven't seen myself. Oh God. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about Disney or why my hair is awkward today? Or God, do you guys see this R2-D2 right here? One of my amazing students, Fairly, shout outs, Fairly Stewart and the Stewart family. I love you guys. This is a popcorn maker. This makes popcorn. And it looks like R2-D2 and I love it. Yeah, do you guys have any? I am so relieved and excited and inspired and hopeful about the news that Disneyland is able to reopen. I think that Disney World reopening was such a spark of pure joy and magic, and not even just because we were able to go, but even before, like months before we could go and they were open, it was like it's a ripple effect. That magic is in the world again, and it's like things are going to be okay. Because I knew that things were not okay when they decided to close. So now that things are starting to open up, this was we're like on the year anniversary. All of my memories are like, oh, this is closing, this is closing, this is done, this is, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And now a year later, it's like, okay, this is opening. We're going to get through this. We're going to be okay. So I'm very happy about that. Oh, let's see, we've got some questions. Where's the best bathroom in Magic Kingdom? Okay, so I have two answers because I have the obvious answer and then I have like my personal favorite. So I think the obvious answer and like admittedly like the best themed and the newest and the most fun, it's going to be in Fantasyland. The Rapunzel, they built like a Rapunzel tower and there's all kinds of lanterns everywhere. And the whole bathroom area is like painted like Rapunzel does when she's in her tower. It's all like from the movie and really cute. Also in that area, you can find her little iguana friend, which now I'm blanking on her name. Joe, will you look up that little iguana's name? Because I can't believe that I forget the name and I'm going to get kicked off the Disney team.
What's the iguana from?
Not a iguana. It's a chameleon. Oh my gosh. Guys, I swear, I'm just really hungry. I'm not actually this dumb. The chameleon from Rapunzel, from Tangled. Look up Tangled Sidekick. Okay. Tangled Sidekick. Jamie's going to say what it is, and then he's going to make fun of me for not really being a Disney fan. So I think that so there's like a whole little area where you Pascal! I knew it! It's Pascal. Okay. Let's rewind. Let's pretend that didn't happen. So I think that the most themed bathroom in all of Magic Kingdom is the Tangled bathroom. You can see that it's painted all like the movie, and there's even an area where you can find her friendly little sidekick, the chameleon, Pascal, in all hidden in like the trees and the grass and the stream and stuff. It's very cute. But my personal favorite, just because of its like proximity, like where it is, not necessarily like how it's themed or anything. I really like the bathrooms that are between Frontierland into Adventureland. I don't know why, but that's always where I end up having to use the bathroom. So it's like my most traversed bathroom in Disney. It's also like covered. So if it's a flash little shower, often happens, it's a good little place to take some cover. Let's see, we got some more questions. Where did your love for Disney start and why? That kind of goes back to my OG tattoos, Disneyland, and my grandpa's signature, Manuel Medina. My grandpa worked at Disneyland. My mom worked at Disneyland. I grew up because my grandpa retired from Disneyland, he had one of those golden little like retiree, like back in the day when people retired and they got really cool benefits. I've heard that that's not a thing anymore necessarily. But he had the golden pass. So anytime we went to visit, we just got to go for free. And we went. I have been to California probably close to like 40 times. And I have only ever really been to Anaheim, and Disney. I went to Venice Beach, I think once. I went to some other beach like once. I know I'm doing California wrong. Like, I know that that's not the right way to do California. It's just the way that I did California. I'm really sorry. I gotta expand my California. We have a plan. We were going to actually have this epic cross-country road trip honeymoon, but then COVID just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And we're like, no, we're going to go hide in an Airbnb in Florida, which I don't know. We got lucky, but we do have this epic route and like places where we're going to stay someday when we can make this trip happen to really explore all of California, because California is much more than just Disneyland. But yeah, that's where it began. Let's see what else. I agree with Joe about Sleeping Beauty Castle. It's so small. Yeah. Joe did not go to, so my first time going to Disneyland, I think I was about 30 days old. Joe's first time going to Disneyland, he was 56 years old. And he had been to Disney World a bunch of times. And very recently, we kind of like, we're getting ready to go around the corner. I'm filming him. I'm tearing up. I'm like ready for this big epic like moment. We like turn the corner and he just starts laughing and he's like, seriously? This is it? What? So yeah, it can be kind of like, but you have to remember, like, there wasn't anything like this when it happened. Of course, they like took that and then like went. I think if you grow up going to like Shanghai Disney, I think that's like the most epic castle. It's like the newest castle. If you grow up going there and then you come to Disney World, you might even have a similar, like, really? That's your castle? Okay, whatever. I think all of the castles are very special in their own way. My favorite castle is actually Disneyland Paris, because they have a dungeon. Like, you can actually go down and underneath the castle and you can see the dragon sleeping in a dungeon. And like, it's all like misty and foggy and green and it's just like sleeping. And then sometimes it's like, and it kind of like looks up at you and it's really cool. It's so fun. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Jamie likes the Gaston bathrooms. Yes. Though in Fantasyland, if you make your way kind of past Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and into the little Beauty and the Beast, like just past Gaston's Tavern, and there's like a little shop. I don't know if it's open yet, but you go back there, there's bathrooms. Those are great. Like if it's really busy, like even I was there on the 4th of July several years ago, and that every bathroom was like lines out the door. That was like the only bathroom. I don't know if they were like really, it's off the beaten path enough that, you know, you're not going to have too big of a wait. Name one thing that Walt Disney World has a better version of. A better version of than Disneyland. I'm assuming we're going like Disney World, Disneyland. Like nothing. Everything at Disneyland is better than Disney World. And I'm talking Magic Kingdom. I'm comparing Magic Kingdom to Disneyland. I like Disney World as a whole better. There's just so much more to do, so many different resorts, so much more affordable to stay on property. Like Disneyland is pricey. So yeah, I think like Space Mountain is better at Disneyland by 1,000,000. Tomorrowland is better at Disneyland by 1,000,000. Even the Autopia is better than the Speedway. Don't even get me started on Fantasyland. Everything about Casey Jr.'s Railroad, Storybook Canal. If they ever touch Storybook Canal, I swear to God. I love Disneyland. Yeah, no. There's nothing that's better at Magic Kingdom. It's all better at Disneyland. I'm sorry. New Orleans Square? Come on. Don't play. All right. Let's see what else. Sorry, I'm squinty. What is your favorite hotel to stay in at Disney and why? The Poly. I love the Poly. I have the icon, the Maui totem of the Polynesian and Hawaiian flowers tattooed on my leg. That's how much I love it. The Polynesian resort was technically the first resort that was finished. It was not meant to be. I think it finished about 40 minutes before the Contemporary. Everyone says it's the Contemporary, but it's a lie. The Contemporary was second by like hours or minutes or something. It's even as they update it and refurbish and refab and whatever, I still think that it maintains its retro classic, like you're going to grandma's house and she has not changed the furniture or like the shag or it, and it's so classy and fun. And the fragrance, Joe and I recreate it with our doTERRA oils. And this is not a sales pitch. I don't even subscribe to them anymore because I have too many oils. And I was like, I need to use them and then I will join again because I do love doTERRA oils. We combine, if you're a doTERRA person, we combine Roman chamomile, a couple drops of Roman chamomile, a couple drops of Hawaiian sandalwood, and sometimes just one, you have to be careful because the fruits come out really fast. 1 drop of red mandarin, and it makes like a pretty decent like impression. And I know you can go, I believe it's scentair.com sells like that's where Disney actually buys their fragrances for the lobbies. It's not a lie, or it's not in your mind. Like they are pumping fragrances into almost everywhere that you go in the park to trigger some nostalgia or hunger or like immersive 4D experience. But we have so many doTERRA oils, so I figured it out with that. So that's my favorite hotel to stay in at Disney. It's also walking distance you can just walk to Magic Kingdom. And Magic Kingdom is the most annoying resort park to get to. I think it's because it's so like if you're not staying where you can walk to it, it's just a little bit annoying because you have to take 2 modes of transportation no matter where else you're staying. You can't just or you have to wait forever for a bus. I hate the buses. Was that bougie of me to say? I'm sorry. All right, let's see what. Oh, my brother's watching. Hello, brother. Yes, this is my Madame Leota, who, fun fact, is actually like she was based off of Leota Tombs. She worked in at Disney, and they based it off of her. So I think that's really cool. That's why she's Leota. It's based off a real human who worked for Disney. What's the best food spot? Okay. Well, Jamie, yes. If we're going outside of Magic Kingdom, like Magic Kingdom to Disneyland comparisons, yes. Trader Sam's in the Polynesian Resort, another reason why I love the Polynesian. Trader Sam's Lounge is 10 times better than Trader Sam's at Disneyland. But Disneyland seems to get more of the themey, limited edition, cool little mugs. So, because I have a Jack Skellington pumpkin mug, and I have maybe Joe will grab them. I don't know if he knows where they are. It's fine. I'll bring them on the next one. And I have the holiday elephants, which I got at the California Trader Sam's. So, I mean, both of them are really fun. They have great drinks, great food, great ambiance. I don't know if it's really happening. I know Trader Sam's isn't open right now because of COVID, and it's a very small indoor kind of experience. It's super cozy, which used to be one of the reasons why it was so great, but it's also one of the reasons why it's not safe right now. The best food spot, it seems like a simple question, but that is so complicated. I'm going to talk about a quick little food nugget that I have not talked about, because I don't think I've ever really talked about food that I like at Animal Kingdom. And that's because Animal Kingdom is not bereft with so many options. I mean, they do have some options, especially now it's a little limited, but one of the best meals that Joe and I have had at Animal Kingdom was actually at the Harambe Marketplace. It was a trip where Joe, he has had diverticulitis flare-ups. I'm sorry, babe, is that okay for me to share? Well, I just did, too late. So he was trying to avoid meat to make sure that theme park eating is rough on any digestive system, regardless of pre-existing conditions. So he was trying to go easy on the protein, on the meat. So we ordered a spicy vegetarian, like a bowl. It was like rice and it was like a spicy cat. I don't know if it was kimchi officially, but it was very spicy veggies and rice. And then I got a little side of chicken. And oh my God, it was like $12 or $13. It was so affordable. It was so much. It was plenty of food for both of us. Super spicy. And I love it when theme parks aren't afraid to really go for spice, because usually it's like spicy and it's like, okay, no, I'm half Mexican. Like, you gotta give me the heat. All right, I'm gonna do one more question. You guys are so fun. I love this. Let's see. I loved Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Let me just say, I have never gotten the opportunity to do Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in Disney World. It was closed before I ever went. So I've heard that it had two different endings. You either went to hell or you went to heaven. The one at Disneyland only has the hell option. And it really scared me when I was little. And then when I was a little bit older, we would go on it when we were cold, because it's actually really hot in there. But I wonder if that maybe was something that when it was there, now it's Winnie the Pooh, the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, whatever. Winnie the Pooh's cute. Mr. Toad was better. But yeah, I wonder if that version of Mr. Toad was better in Magic Kingdom than at Disneyland. Maybe. You guys tell me. Have you been, and I know you did, to Disney in France, and what's different beside the language? And let's see, I have a couple of, can you give us a tour of your mugs in a future video? Yes, absolutely. Super will. And then it did, depending on what side you got. Oh, that's so cool. So you got to ride, who is that? Loth Jen. My computer's a little farther away because I wanted to show off my desk. But if I'm not saying that right, correct me. But Loth Jen, Lothgen. Talk to me about it, because I never got a chance to go on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Disney World. And that's so cool. All right, Disneyland France. It is so different and it is so cool. Let me give you a few pros and then a few cons. So I already talked about the castle. I think the castle is way more interactive. I know that at Disney World, there's a whole restaurant, there's Cinderella's Royal Table, where you can go and have a princess dining experience and spend way too much money for medium food. But you get to meet the princesses, so that's what you're paying for, and that's fine. So that's fine. And if you're one in a quadrillion lucky and you get to stay in the suite in there, obviously that would make that castle the best, and you would have the greatest memory, and I would hate you and want to be you at the same time. As far as what regular people can access, I think my favorite castle that I have seen is Disneyland Paris, because there's so much that you can just walk around and see, and then you can go underneath the castle, and it's very, very cool. They did Tomorrowland right. They 100% said, Tomorrowland, I got you. And they took, because where Disneyland and Disney World, we're always trying to be like our actual future and try to predict it. But the problem was, it's not like you just have an idea and then you do it. It's you have an idea and then you have to go through however many processes to develop it and create it. And then you have to actually create it. And that takes a lot of time and funding and whatever. So by the time they actually create all these futuristic Tomorrowland kind of things, it's we We already did it. Like when they had like they're trying to talk about like space travel and all this stuff, and then they like we actually went to the moon before Disney released their ride Flight to the Moon, and it's like they've never really been able to keep up with it, and so Tomorrowland has always felt kind of like, but what really are you trying to do with this? There's nothing really. And let's talk in Florida, in Magic Kingdom, you've got Monsters Scare the Laugh Factory, like. But what's Tomorrowland about that? Because it's become like Pixar land, and then you've got Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin. Okay, but what's tomorrow about that? Toy Story, it's 20 years old. That's not new. That's not tomorrow. Then you got the Carousel of Progress. Well, even the most recent thing is from the mid 80s. There's nothing tomorrow about Tomorrowland. So Disneyland Paris was like, well, let's not say our future. Let's say someone else's version of the future. And they went Jules Verne, steampunk. Everything is like bolts and rivets and like the big like goggle things. And it's so cool. Their version of Space Mountain like literally puts you as like you're a cannonball, and then you like shoot out of a cannon, and then you go into this big epic ride. It's so wild. So I think they win the castle, and I think they win Tomorrowland. One thing that Joe and I really did not love was the food. And the reason is we couldn't get it. Like every restaurant was a buffet. It was wicked pricey, and we were on a budget because we were already like doing this crazy trip that we couldn't really afford, but we're like, life is short, let's travel. And we were like, we just don't eat enough to justify spending $45 on a buffet unless we're at Beer Garden. Don't come at me, Jamie. I know I love Beer Garden. Beer Garden's worth it. I got you. But we were like, but that was it. It was either like a quick service waffle or pretzel or popcorn or a $45 buffet. And then there were a couple times where I was hungry enough because we had like not really found like a real meal, like a proper, I hadn't had a proper meal in like 3 days. And I was like, just screw it. Like, I need the food. I need to put something in my mouth. I will pay whatever. And then there were no reservations. You have to call this French number. There's like, no, if you're traveling from the States, like there's no, this is where probably like we should have gone through a travel agent because they probably could have helped us, I'm assuming. But anyway, it's the food. It's the food for me. They were having kind of like their own festival of the holidays. So we did get to have like lots of raclette cheese and chestnuts and fun little like, just like small plates. So, and Joe wasn't feeling that great. So he wasn't super hungry at that point. But yeah, definitely got to go to Disneyland Paris again because it was so wild. It was fine. All the rides were in French. That was so cool. I really, really loved it. But anyway, this is the longest newscast that I've done because you guys have been so much fun and I've enjoyed like interacting with you. We're definitely going to keep it on YouTube Live going forward. I hope that you enjoyed yourselves. Please feel free to share us. Be sure to subscribe if you're listening on iTunes. Please be sure to leave us a rating and a review. We appreciate you. Look at that, I'm rhyming. And thank you guys so much. Oh, wait, let me see if I have anything else that I was supposed to say on my script. Oh, an extra shout out to Big Cheese Teas. You got to check them out. The Jungle Booze Cruise. I mean, that's hilarious. All right, friends, that should about do it for your Disney news for this week. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have not already, please hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And comment below. What do you think about all this Disney news? What content do you want to see us developing? We are all ears. This is Anita Boyer signing off for your Park Hopper Daily Weekly Newscast. We'll see you real soon. Keep it classy, San Francisco. I'm still working on my outro.